Nigel Dodds.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Speaker. And can I say that I've been struck by how many honourable members since yesterday evening have been very assiduous in their entreaties that I and my honourable friends should be present for this debate to speak and to vote later in the lobbies in support of the government and to prevent a general election. And indeed, some of those entreaties have even come from the government side of the House. Never mind the people in the country not wanting a general election. In terms of indicative votes, I think if people had a real choice here privately and a secret ballot, there would be an overwhelming majority against a general election. Be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, we have arrived where we are at this debate in the aftermath of the Prime Minister, and it really was the Prime Minister's proposition that has been defeated by a record majority in terms of the withdrawal agreement. And last night's verdict was emphatic, and it does require lessons to be learned if the Prime Minister is to secure meaningful changes to the withdrawal agreement. And I trust the lessons are being learned and will be learned. Our view has been entirely consistent that we want to deal with the European Union. We want an agreement to achieve an orderly exit from the European Union in March, but the backstop has been fatal to the proposed withdrawal agreement, and that needs to be dealt with. Now, following the general election, we entered into the confidence and supply agreement with the Conservative Party in the national interest to pursue the agreed objectives as set out in that agreement. And can I say that the support that we have secured for Northern Ireland in relation to the extra investment for health service, education and infrastructure, regardless of constituency, regardless of political affiliation, has been widely welcomed by all fair-minded people in the province. And on Brexit, we agreed to support the government where it acted on the basis of our shared priorities. That's what the Confidence and Supply Agreement actually states in terms. And of course, for us, one of our shared priorities, of course, is the preservation of the integrity of the United Kingdom, and that we leave the European Union as one country, not leaving part of it behind in single market regulation while the rest is not subject to such rules made in Brussels. So we supported the Prime Minister when she said that she would secure a deal that would deliver on the verdict of the referendum, take back control of our money, our laws and our borders, and ensure that we left as one United Kingdom. We have delivered on our side of that agreement, Mr. Speaker, ensuring the government has had the necessary supply, ensuring a majority for the government on the EU withdrawal bill and other important pieces of legislation as well. But on this issue of the Brexit backstop, as this House well knows, we have had, of course, a big difference with the Prime Minister. And so do the majority, of course, of the Conservatives in this House, Conservative members who are not on the government payroll. The majority of Conservative members not on that payroll oppose the Prime Minister's deal as well. And it is because the draft withdrawal agreement breaches the shared priorities for Brexit that we signed up to that we haven't been prepared to support it. So now we have this no confidence motion before us. We believe it's in the national interest, Mr. Speaker, to support the government at this time so that the aims and objectives of the confidence supply agreement we entered into can be achieved. Much work remains to be done on those matters. Mr. Speaker, as I said, I don't think the people in this country would rejoice at the prospect tonight if a general election were to be called. I'm not convinced that a general election would significantly change the composition of the House. And of course it doesn't change, whatever the outcome, it doesn't change the choices that lie before us all. The timing of this motion, as we well know, has got much more to do with the internal dynamics of the Labour Party than a genuine presentation of an alternative programme for government. So we will support the government tonight, this evening, on this motion, so that the Prime Minister has more time and has the space to focus now on acting in the national interest on Brexit. And it's important that the Prime Minister now does listen and does deliver a Brexit that ensures that the whole of the United Kingdom leaves the European Union together. Yeah.